Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lankama, Vedic astrologer, and today we are going to be discussing Karka Sankranti, that is Sun's ingress in the Cancer sign, which is happening from the 16th of July till the 17th of August 2025. And as usual, we have Ashwin with me on the discussion on this particular topic, and we'll be covering the mundane predictions as well as 12 sign predictions. Welcome, Ashwin.
Thanks for having me. As always, it's a pleasure.
You're welcome always. So, as you know, there is a horoscope that we put up for the predictions of the on the global plane. So I'm going to be sharing that first as to when this transit is happening. What are the planetary positions in the sky? And how do we interpret it? And what are the global as well as in general, what are the impacts? So you can see there is a Sagittarius rising, Ashwin. So Sun is in the 8th house when this chart we put up. And Mercury is going to get retrograde and combust also after the transit happens 2 days after this. That means it is going to be a very crucial phase again. And Saturn is also in trine. And they will also be forming exact conjunction. Like exact conjunction means exact trinal conjunction, I call it. Because Saturn will, Sun will after 7 days, at 7 to 8 days, it'll be at the same degrees as Saturn. So insights on the same, then I will give my inputs later.
So one thing that immediately strikes me looking at this chart is the Lord of the 10th house, which rules the administration and the king. In our case, Prime Minister, it's in the 8th house. But so astronomically, one important thing that we have to remember is that Mercury is very strong just before it turns retrograde. So as long as it turns retrograde and is far away from the sun, Mercury is very strong. So the solar influence of Mercury is almost at minimal now. So Mercury is strongest at 21 degrees when it is away from the sun. And now here we see that Mercury is at 21 degrees and sun is at 0 degrees of Cancer. So which means Mercury is quite strong here in the 8th house. So there will be some transformative things that might happen. And Mercury also indicates financial matters or currency related issues. So I am thinking maybe something that's related to currency or banking sector that will take prominence during this session. And don't be surprised even if we kind of see a very surprise demonetization thing that happens. So that's one thing. And then Jupiter, the Lord of the rising sign, is placed in the 7th house, so which again kind of shows that as a nation we are kind of in a path where we are not necessarily very clear or very strong. As it is, we are a little kind of out of sorts in a reasonably kind of a doubtful phase as a group. So that very much is also kind of evident because of Mars and Ketu in the 9th house. So again, we have tensions. Religious tensions will never kind of leave India, but there will be situations or periods where the tensions may be more or less depending on the planetary situations. And here we see the 12th Lord and the 5th Lord in the 9th house of spirituality and religion, and Ketu is also there. So, and on the other hand, Leo is a royal sign. So when two naturally, I mean, even if one naturally malefic planet goes there, there is challenge or danger for royal families or royalty related families. So it's a little bit of a tricky period for those people who are in position of power, administration or royalty. So that is one thing. So the leaders have to be careful, of course, without any doubt. And then Sun, also the natural ruler of the king, is placed in the 8th house, which is another point of concern. And the Lord of the 9th house is placed in the 8th house, which means that we are going to have some movements that might trigger religious outbursts. And also we are seeing that the 12th lord, which indicates foreign land, is placed in the 9th house. So there will be some form of foreign influences, and 9th house is also publishing. So there will be a very degrading information that comes out from a foreign media about India, which will kind of again raise some eyebrows, and India will take most likely some actions, because Mars in the 9th house is about action. So against those media outlets, and the the supposedly self-proclaimed you know medias might kind of call that this is against the uh, press freedom or something, but anyone who does something unethical or mischievous need to be kind of shown their place, and that will most likely will happen during this month. And 6th lord, Venus, is placed in its own sign with domicile strength. So there is inherent strength. India, 6th house is also about its artha. So 6th house is artha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So 6th house, 2, 6, and 10 are artha kona, which means that as a nation we are going to make progress, and we are going to be doing something that kind of will put our nation on path, but maybe it will not be very explicitly visible immediately. So that thing is there. And then 11th lord, maybe we will have unexpected friends from somewhere. That is one of those things. And 4th house is pretty afflicted, and the lord of the 4th house is also not very strong, although it is angular Jupiter. It's not very strong. Jupiter is not very strong in Gemini as it is. So my point here is that 4th lord Saturn, and 4th house with malefic Saturn indicates some trouble domestically. So domestic violence is very much possible, and 8th lord is also sitting in the 4th house, which further afflicts the 4th house. So there could be challenges, domestic issues, which will kind of bring some problems within the nation. So financial issues might cripple, or because of some financial decision, we may have some financial issues as well. So as I mentioned, don't be surprised if we face a demonetization or something like that yet again. And Rahu is in the 3rd house. So um, we are going to kind of make efforts, and probably this time more innovative efforts in various fields, and that will be very, very explicit. And one thing that worries me is Mars Rahu, kind of Mars sitting in the nodal axis. So something challenging or ugly is brewing behind. And Venus is also very close to being angular to the nodal axis, and also the Mars, so which shows that there may be some problems from the past that could uh, resurface once again, and issues related to family, or some kind of what do you call it? Celebrity scandals or some problems might also resurface from the past, or something new could also happen because of Venus approaching the bending of the nodal axis. So it's maybe this is the time where we are a little too worried about what others are doing, or what our enemy is doing, or opponents are doing. I think overall it's a mixed period with some challenges, but Venus in the 6th house and Rahu in the 3rd house show progress as well. So yeah, but one thing I would say is just we are still not out of the the red zone or something like that, where we all need to be careful as a nation from external forces, which still continues. So foreign influence is surely there because of 12th lord Mars in the 9th house. So financial matters should be expected, as I mentioned. So yeah, this is an overview that I have. So maybe you can just
Very well put, because you rightly said that the 9th lord has gone 12 places away, and the yoga, which is a very powerful yoga, forming in the 8th house. That means there will be something very sudden or something which people don't know, something which is very behind the curtain, behind the scenes happening. It's cooking up, and something will definitely come out in the limelight. My take actually generally is when we have the Purnima, Amavasya in and around those times. So of course, when it is in the Cancer sign, which is again a very emotional sign for homeland, food security, that will be in focus. Okay. And 18th July to 11th August, when the 10th Lord is going to be turning retrograde and combust. So there can be some policies. Yes, please tell me, Nidhi, everything is okay. Can you hear me? Policy U-turns, data glitches, waterborne illness, confusion in markets. And then Sun will be entering from Punavasu to Pushya, then Pushya to Ashlesha, and then Gandanta zone also, and then moves into the next sign. So this is also about some conservativeness in protection. And there can be that you are going to be experiencing some setbacks on dairy, grain, and real estate subsidies. That may, thank you so much for confirming, the subsidies gain traction. Now, 24th July, we have new moon in Pushya. Okay. So in Pushya, when this new moon is happening, this can be flood alerts time. Food prices can increase. So please make sure food and vegetables, you people should be prepared for this kind of, crisis that can come up as well. Then cyber bank outages can happen, banking, maybe some glitches can be happening, so all that you have to be careful about. Then 25th July, again, I have to tell you that this Shani and Sun will be in exact trine to each other, which is called the water sign grand trine. So decisive action on climate, dams, maritime rules, these will definitely be in the picture. Okay. So, and of course, 31st July, we have Mercury, exact conjunction with the Sun. So we have to see what exactly is happening. So, the major important dates. So in and around these dates, things will be heard even more. So disclosure of hidden documents, currency repegging, new commodity taxes, because it's the 8th house also. So I just thought, let's talk about maybe some new tax can come up. Then 3rd August, this Surya will be entering Ashalesha. Okay. So Punarvasu, Pushya, and Ashalesha. So there can be rise in scandals. Pharma will be in headline. Toxic spill risks. So espionage will be in news. Okay, espionage news. Then 9th August, Ashwin, we have Purnima. That is in Shravana Purnima. That is in Shravana Nakshatra in Capricorn sign. So infrastructure verdicts, corporate mergers will be finalized. Protest turn disciplined. Okay. Maybe silent protest or something like that can also happen, especially the places governed by Capricorn or we can say Cancer sign. Okay. 16th, 17th August, rather 18th also, we'll consider this as Gandanta Sun. So leadership reshuffles, stock market whipsaw, seismic or storm events near coastlines. So be prepared for this also, because these can happen. I'm not saying that with conformity that this will happen, but if we get into the depth and detail of these things, we can also draw some conclusion about the places where these are going to take place also. Okay. So now what I have zeroed down, the gist of the whole transit of this in Cancer sign, in general, leadership will focus on relief package, home loan policy, exact trine with Saturn can also maybe, some climate resilience bills will be passed because it's in the water trine. Then grains, dairy, sugar, FMCG stocks may rise until 31st July. Shipping, crude oil, and shipbuilding gain after 25th July. So please invest accordingly. Mercury retrograde fuels short-term currency swings. So expect RBI Federation clarification around 31st July. Okay. Then there can be some weather disasters like Pushya Amavasya can bring about flooding, landslides, dam breaches in South and East Asia. In West, hurricanes begin early. Gandanta days heighten risk of coastal quakes or refinery fires. Also, waterborne and gastric illnesses might spike. 8th house sun also here. So pharma firms see recalls under Ashalesha, especially. I've given the dates already. So public advisories on potable water safety will be launched. Retrograde compass Mercury might bring about telecom outages, satellite signal loss, hack till patch cycles. Governments push cybersecurity treaties by first week of August. Now, Cancer Sun spotlights populism, okay, in popularity. So now leaders evoke motherland rhetoric. Maybe they will be just singing too much of national anthem. You never know. On 25th July and 16th to 17th August, resignations or cabinet swaps are likely in nations with Capricorn and Cancer rising charts. Example, US, Germany, etc. I'm not too sure of their charts. Every time I say that, that is why I don't give the political or geopolitical predictions that with conformity. But for sure, this is going to be giving some kind of border disputes, maritime border disputes, oil tanker blockades, and also some kind of negotiations in Nile and Mekong Dam. But Saturn Sun trine enables interim pacts. Okay. So this is the thing that I always tell. So the thing that you can do is do not at any cost sign any kind of documents during Mercury retrogression. Be careful about your, about your banking, etc., because this is not a good time period, especially when Pushya new moon is happening. There can be, you can offer some kind of, you can do some charity to the needy. And when retrograde Saturn is there, retrograde Saturn also, Mercury also Saturn is retrograde. So karmic debts in oceanic trade, pharma regulation, and refugee routes surface. Okay. So this is what I wanted to say. So cybersecurity also, you have to be cautious about. So what do you have to say, Ashwin? We want to add something else?
Only one thing, water-related trade issues
Yes.
will surely flare up during this period because Mercury goes retrograde in Cancer, and also is not necessarily it again goes into combustion, so it's not a good thing for Mercury. And yeah, that's it. I think you covered everything. As always, financial issues will be there, and it might just be a little too much now because Saturn anyway doesn't have dignity in Pisces, and now it's also turning retrograde, which means there is more financial issues and inflation-related problems, and oil-related challenges, rise in oil prices, or fluctuation in oil prices. So now is not the time to kind of speculate in oil as a commodity, especially if you're a newbie. So yeah, I think foreign intervention in Indian conditions or Indian territory or Indian policy is very much expected. So other financial matters will kind of be on the rise because of Mercury being the 8th house. So yeah, I think that's basically it.
We are going to be doing the 12 sign predictions quickly, and this is based on ascendant. As you all know, I always take up ascendant, moon sign, and the dasha sign. So what is dasha sign? In case you are running a Vimshatri dasha of a graha, so just rotate your chart and make that your first house, irrespective of your ascendant and moon sign. So just see what dasha you're in. Suppose you are in the dasha of Jupiter. Jupiter is in Aquarius, say. So, but your ascendant is maybe Cancer or Libra, or moon is in Libra or Cancer, whatever. But you have to rotate your chart as per Aquarius sign. Now make yourself Aquarius, think like Aquarius, do like Aquarius. You will, even if you don't want to, then you will see that this Jupiter, how it is forming a connection with other grahas that in the natal, in your natal chart, in your birth chart, and then superimpose the transit position. Suppose you are an Aquarius rising, so this is a 6th house transit of Surya. Okay, so that is when we will be giving the reading for Aquarius. That'll match up. So let's start with Aries first. You want to take up first, or you want me to take up first? Ashwin.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, so yeah, because I just don't have to say much. So for Aries native, Sun is going to be in your 4th house, and this is the house of home, mother's health, property, and emotional turbulence can happen. It's not a good time actually to purchase property, because Mars is also going to be very close to Ketu on the 19th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So post that you can, but Mercury is getting retrograde. So I don't recommend whenever Mercury is retrograde. There are issues in PR, visa, and purchasing of anything or signing the documents, contracts, purchases, something or the other. I have seen there's a goof up, which happens. Mercury is our communication. Mercury is our connection with others. So we have to be really careful. So when you sign a contract, it's between the two people. So that is why the linkage is missing. And this Mercury gets also very emotional here, though I will be doing a separate video on Mercury retrogression soon. But for sure, you have to be careful. So finish your repair work before 24th July in case you want to. And if you want to relocate, do it only after 11th of August. And Sun is your authority. Sun is your confidence. So you might just get too emotional about even petty things or issues that you're going through. Over to you, Ashwin.
I was on mute. So, so one thing about, in general, like Sun and Cancer is like our emotions are heightened during this period, because Cancer is a natural sign of emotions, and it is also the first moksha house. So one thing is to kind of be steady will be a little challenging, because we are ruled by our emotions when Sun is in Cancer. So for people with Aries rising or Aries, it's a little bit of a heightened period when it comes to emotions. Domestic circumstances take precedence over anything else. So you need to focus on your home, domestic matters, and things that require your immediate attention at home. Importance to be given to maternal side of the family, or prominence will come forward in the maternal side of your family. Mother will be the focus, obviously, with Sun in the 4th house, and there will of emotional connection with younger siblings as well, because third lord is placed in the 4th house now in conjunction with the Sun. So chances to kind of, when Mercury is retrograde, it's a good opportunity to kind of revisit your younger siblings, and if the relationship was not as good, now is the time to kind of fix it, and then try to see where it takes you in the future. So and apart from that, Sun is trining Saturn, which also indicates that there is a good free flowing energy between you and your society. So if there are any social events or something like that, it is good to participate now. So there might be some kind of connections that develop which will help you in your own life or your domestic circumstance, or kind of trying to revitalize or reorganize your domestic circumstances. Things are going to help. Expenses might be a little on the increased side when it comes to domestic matters, and also a little bit of health caution is also necessary, because Sun naturally placed in the 4th house indicates phlegm and other challenges in a water sign. So imbalance of heat and moist will be a challenge now. And also 6th lord Mercury indicating diseases is also placed in the 4th house. So slight note is required for health as well. So focus on yourself and take care of your domestic circumstances. I think that supersedes everything else.
Okay.
Taurus.
Perfect. So let's move on to Taurus. So for Taurus, one second, I'm watching the chart. Okay. So for Taurus, Sun is going to be in your third house, being the fourth lord. So it is 12 places away. Now, one thing which I forgot to add was that Sun is inching towards its own zone. Okay, it is definitely going to be is moving towards the happy zone, but it is not. Why? Because there are eclipses once after this month. Sun enters the zone of Leo. So if you have to make any decisions regards to any purchases, important purchases, or joining a job, or any kind of proposal that you are working on, if you want to do it after 11th of August to 17th of August, because that's the only window when Sun is pure in a way, because Mercury will also be rising at that time, and Mercury will also be getting direct. So in case you have to make anything like that, any kind of, and back up your data, please back up your data. Profitable from writing, online sales from 9th of August, after 9th of August, you will start feeling the results. But to be precise, 11th to 17th is actually quite favorable. Okay. So if you want to go in for any kind of short journeys, this is the transit when you can take up, you can just finish off the any kind of project that you're working on during this time period. Also, travels might delay with Mercury retrogression also, so plan it really well. And when the fourth lord is 12 places away, that means there is a good time to sell your property, not to purchase. I have mentioned in the beginning part all the dates of Sun in Pushya, Sun trining Saturn, exact degrees post 8 days, So all these are also going to be really playing out a very important role. So if, in case you are into anything related to communication, writing, any kind of project related to sales, marketing. So this is going to be a very profitable time period, but leaving those dates aside, okay? Because Saturn and Mercury both are forming a connection as well in the water signs. So it's not considered to be that good for business also, okay? Yeah. And second lord is also getting retrograde. So for you guys, you have to be taking extra care in your investments, in your financial dealings, related to your kids, related to your father, mother, especially mother's health. You have to be cautious about. Okay. So just, I think the best thing that you can do is in the morning, get up, see the sunrise, and just recite any of Surya mantra. So Om Suryaya Namaha, Aditya Hridaya Stotram, or Om Grini Suryaya Namaha. All these chants will definitely help you enhance this Surya, because Surya is very emotional in Cancer sign. So that emotional, maybe, your siblings will take you on an emotional trip, and you will fall prey. So you have to be little careful in all these areas. Over to you, Ashwin.
Yeah, I think very good. Siblings, you mentioned. It looks like you're speaking for me, but I'm going to meet my sisters after 2 or 3 years again. So during the sun's stay in Cancer, and so yeah, third house matters coming to the forefront. Siblings, that's a real example for you. And yeah, as it is, it looks like Taurus rising natives won't have much money this month. So save yourself. Mercury is retrograde. Or maybe on the other hand, if you had, if you're expecting some income which kind of had to come long back, that might kind of end up coming. That is a good news you can take. So third house matters. Again, I always insist, like, if third house is prominent, it you have the ability to kind of put some effort or extra effort to go an extra mile to achieve something. And given that Sun being in the third house, there is always tendency for Taurus rising natives during this period when Sun is in Cancer is to kind of act a little emotionally or impulsively. So what we can do is, since third house is active, put down your emotions in or thoughts in a paper or some kind of a written form, so that what you have written. So the moment you write and read what you have written, suddenly things will start making sense, and you'll start rationalizing what you are thinking. So you won't be acting impulsively. So if you're trying to make a purchase or something, try to make sure that you think 2 or 3 times whether it is really necessary. Don't spend as much at this point, because, so for example, if you want to buy a microphone like this, so you, and surely don't buy a microphone when Mercury is retrograde. But in case you are trying to make a purchase, and if you are still kind of double-minded about it, thinking whether you have to buy or not to buy, uh, write down the reasons why you want to buy, and write down how much money you will kind of be spending if you buy, and also note down how that particular purchase will uh, help your life on a daily basis or help your life to become better. So if you don't tick any of these boxes, it means that you shouldn't buy. So this is how you need to rationalize when emotions are kind of taking over. And now is the time to kind of try and take backseat and write down your thoughts rather than quickly acting. And health is a very primary concern, and also kind of make sure that you travel very safely, because fourth house Mars and Ketu obviously there, and fourth lord is in the 12th from its own place, which shows some kind of challenges. And if you're driving a car, make sure that no one hits it from behind. Like, I'm not saying a major accident or something like that, but you have to spend with insurance, and it will cause some irritations for you. So
Yeah.
better we don't kind of have some such kind of situations. uh, yeah, if you have to kind of travel, just be a little cautious. Be go with the mindset that whoever is driving behind you or aside you is not a good driver. Just try to be a little safe about things. Overall, I think career is going to be decent. Level is going to be good, for at least for the initial period when Venus is in Taurus. So yeah, Rahu in the 10th house is good, and Sun's entry into third house indicates that we are going to put a lot more effort than it was before. So overall, it's a reasonably decent time for Taurus rising natives.
Yes, the confidence level is going to increase. Some major decisions are going to come up as well, as you rightly put. That Sun in the fourth sign, but in the third house will give that confidence and good health
Yeah.
also, and authoritative speech as well. So confidence is definitely going to be better, in involving some emotional setback also, because Sun
Yeah.
is in the emotional sign. So let's move on to Gemini. Okay. So for Gemini natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your second house. From the first, now in the second. See, in the first house, it has given you a lot of confidence. You have done something really, you've cracked so many things. Now in the second house, you're going to be planning how you can use the funds that you have arranged for. Now you are diversifying your savings as to how you can park your funds. You should be, see, whenever Sun is in the Cancer sign, it is not advisable. Even Jupiter's Sun, all these grahas we have to check, if they are in the movable Rashi, so you cannot fix them. Fixed deposits will not give you those kinds of returns. So this month, try to invest in stocks, shares, etc. And I have given all the details in the beginning part, what all industries are going to be better for you if you have to go in for the investments. And also, Mercury is also going to be turning retrograde. So the Lagnesh is getting retrograde, so it is combust also. Impulsive trading is supposed to be under check right now. And you need to, focus more on your diet. You have to focus on your finance. You have to focus more on your trading also, how you can make a good chunk of money, but not risky investments also. You have to play safe. Market corrections, somebody asked, yes, market corrections are going to take place. Whenever Mercury is retrograde combust, I've seen major corrections happen or major trends take place. The market is very trendy when Mercury is going to be getting into this zone. Also, rebudget on 24th of July. Diversify savings only post your full moon time. That is full moon. I've mentioned the date in the beginning part. Please check. That is, I think, next month, August month. So do make a note of that. And Sun is your third lord. So maybe, you will be spending on your siblings, or siblings will be going to the overseas place and will be spending a lot of money there. And Mars and Ketu are there in the third house. So this is giving you already a lot of tension. And Sun's ingress here, in the Cancer sign, which is the sign of debility for Mars also. And Mars is in Leo sign. So the Mars's impact is minimizing in a way, because Sun is getting weaker here. So Mars is also getting weaker because Sun is the dispositioner lord. I hope you people understand this language. But to be precise and concise, Mars is going to be giving you some major important breakthroughs in your financial dealings. For sure, you're going to be good for writing skills, good for communicating with people who are maybe engineers. It's good for engineers or doctors. This is a good combination. And Saturn is also going to be in trine to Sun from the Pisces sign. So if you are going to thinking of doing some remedies, donate to the old age people, connect with some NGOs or something like that to balance the negative impact of your job, of your profession, of your career, in case you are on the verge of, having the, on the verge of layoffs, etc., or just switching the job you're not too comfortable with. So start donating some part of your money or income to some Pradosharatham. You can also do the Pradosham, actually, that will also be helpful. And the dispositioner lord of Sun is very swiftly moving every 2 quarter days. So that is moon. So you will experience this Sun's transit in Cancer signs results very fast. Today you're very moody, tomorrow means mood swings. Today you have made good chunk of money, tomorrow you lose it. Today you ate something which spoils your stomach, and tomorrow you feel that, oh, I don't want to have it, like that kind of a situation also. Because the disposition or lord of Cancer is moon, and moon is the swiftest. So every 2 quarter days you will see that you're having some changes. So in case there is a fight in the family also, so just relax. It's going to get better, or you will reconcile after 2 days, especially after 2 quarter days when moon leaves that particular zone. So it depends what exactly is your moon's condition and Sun's condition in your natal chart. But I do wish the ones who have Sun in Ashalesha or Pushya or Punarvasu a very happy birthday. Okay, over to you.
Happy birthday. So I think you covered almost everything. The one point that I had to talk about is the first ruler Mercury is in the second house, which I think you kind of gave a very good elaboration. But one thing is like some addition is Mercury is also about finances. So Mercury is placed in the second house and it's going retrograde, which means that there needs to be some kind of revisiting in our financial matters, expenses and income. Try to kind of rebalance and see what happens. Or maybe if you already have an investment portfolio, it is time to kind of reorganize and reshuffle and change some sectors accordingly. But I would advise it is good to kind of have a professional advice to do kind of do something like this, which will be very, very helpful. So this might be very helpful in the long run. And Mercury is retrograde in the second house is very important, and it happens only once a year. So it's a very important time that you take advantage to kind of reshuffle and recalibrate your investment portfolio. And quickly enough, Venus will move into the first house of Gemini. So women in our group or the fans of this channel should be very aware that they can start focusing on their beauty and appearances. It doesn't mean that men should not focus on that. You can also kind of try to be a little presentable, especially when you are kind of on a public platform. So trying to groom yourself is going to work very well. And even if you want to spend some money to kind of help and groom yourself, this might be a very good period, because Venus is in the 12th house where you can spend. And when Venus moves into the first house, you can actually try and implement or use those expenses to the best of your abilities. Overall, there is a good level of confidence because Jupiter is in the first house, Lord of the seventh, and the first is in the first house, and Saturn, natural malefic planet, is trining the Sun. So, which means there will be too much of effort going. You are putting heart and soul into your work because of this Saturn Sun trine. Sometimes there will be some form of appreciation or recognition, which might be very small, but still it will help you in the long run. So overall, I think I agree with whatever you said in terms of what it is for Gemini natives. So except that, just have a little care when you're involving in short travels. Mars and Ketu in the third house, and third lord in the second. So some form of unexpected expenses or things will turn up. So especially if you're going to be a window shopper, suddenly you end up buying for 10-20,000. That's not an ideal situation. So so be very mindful that it is a reasonably impulsive month as far as money is concerned.
Yes, as it is, Geminis are impulsive also in shopping,
Yeah,
especially because they have
they
a
can never stop
Cancer
talking.
sign in the second house. So they are into, and 11th house has a Mars ruled sign. So they are, and
Yeah.
Mars exalts in the 8th house. So suddenly they will plan and they will go. I know some Geminis really, really well. So I can say that with confidence. So coming to the next one, that is Cancer. Let's talk about Cancer. Many are waiting also for Cancer readings. I'll give the remedy also, Imanu. Somebody's asking about the remedy for the interview. So I'll give it to you. Don't worry. So now for Cancer natives, what is happening is solar spotlight is going to magnify you. You are going to be your own boss in a way. You are going to be the ruler, because this part of the year is definitely, you can just go back and see also, it brings in optimism. You might just relaunch your personal goals or your brand. You might just be also thinking about when it is moving into Pushya Nakshatra, especially, so this will be giving you some focus on your diets, on nourishing yourself. And new moon will perfect the situation for mindful diet resets also, because Saturn is in the 9th house in the Pisces sign. So be mindful. And in Ashalesha, it is going to stir subconscious fears. Therapy, journaling, or energy healing that can excel. In the Gandanta zone, when Sun is, I've given all the dates in the beginning. Please do check. If you want, I can write it in the comment section also. But for sure, you have to go into that zone of journaling, energy healing, or you want to download some kind of art or arts or crafts or something you want in your life, so you can start doing that as well. Also, not a good time for your arguments. Arguments can increase with people when Sun is in the first house. You want to prove your point, I'm the right one, so you have to be mindful of that also. And Mercury, being the ruler of your 12th and 3rd, is also getting retrograde combust. So it can bring about some issues in signing the agreements, PR, visa, travels, journeys, etc. Long distance journeys you have to be cautious about. And recognition between 25th to 31st July is quite possible. So ensure facts are flawless. And as far as your relationship is concerned, partner feels you are self-focused. So schedule a moonlit walk or a moonlight dinner or candlelight dinner on the 9th of August. That will be really helpful because that time, it's going to be in Gandanta zone, also reaching that zone. So take care of your stomach region and practice Chandra Bhedana Pranayam night time, and offer white lotus or jasmine to a river or a pond. That is what I can give you the remedy, Imanu, on the when the Sun on the interview day. So you can do it before to that, the night before to that, or you can simply take rice and jaggery, little bit of rice and jaggery, put it in the piece of paper when you are entering the interview zone, just drop it on the right side of the chamber of the interviewer. Or if you are doing it online, so just drop it on the right side of your workstation, and in the morning just clear it up with a piece of cloth. Not with don't broom it, but you can just put it in the sink of your kitchen. But you have to keep it the whole day long there only. The next day you have to remove it. So this is something that I wanted to share. Over to you, Ashwin, for Cancer.
So one more thing is sun. So lighting a lamp, an
Yes.
actual oil lamp, is also good.
So yeah.
So
that can be done in the north direction, because Cancer is north direction. So he can light a, or he or she, Manu, can light a lamp, or others, if you want to also, that no problem, you can light a lamp in the north direction in the evening time.
Yeah,
Apart
there is
from
the
your
Vastu expert speaking.
prayer room. Yeah, please.
Yeah, the Vastu expert is speaking now. Okay. Which is good, but Cancer is not. That is, yeah, I understand. So, and I think, as you said, Cancer rising natives, they are their own bosses at this point. So, yeah, one thing is speech. Second ruler, the way we speak, is placed in the first house. So there could be a lot of emotional authority. Like the way we speak might kind of emotionally touch people, and there is little bit of focus on wealth or money related matters as well. Um, and uh, and apart from that, determination to kind of control something might work during this time. So trying to kind of get your life in line. If you're kind of straying a little bit in terms of where you wanted to go, now is the right time to kind of course correct and redirect yourself and travel on the right path. So effort to kind of earn more money, and also to be financially secure, now is the right time to kind of put in those efforts, and you can actually be successful in those efforts. It's advisable not to use any artificial products. I mean products, I don't mean medicines. So for that you need to kind of consult a medical expert. So try to stick to natural things that will work at this point. And maybe unconventional ways of doing things will also work, because Mercury will be retrograde for the most part of Sun's stay in Cancer. So if you're kind of saying 10 words somewhere, maybe try and focus on saying 2 or 3 words, or maybe just don't say anything at all. Sometimes it might just work. So that's a little bit of a backdoor strategy that you can take. So focus on firmness and also steadiness of your mind. There is a little bit of wavering because of Sun being in Cancer and also Mercury being retrograde. There is a little bit of challenge in terms of finding what you need and what you want. Try to bridge the gap between the needs and the wants. That's very important. Uh, as you mentioned, this is not the right time to sign any agreements, and that very much is applicable for Cancer rising natives, because Mercury rules the third house. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I had for Gemini.
Okay, one more remedy I just came up with, because Sun is in the
Cancer,
Cancer sign. So heart chakra, you can just focus on the heart chakra, and you can fast on Mondays also, being a Shravana month also. So you can also fast on Mondays, or you can do the Rudra Abhishekam on Mondays if you can. You can do it at home also. Okay. Because you have to invoke that inner fire, no? So heart chakra, that's why I said. Coming to the next one, that is Leo. So for Leo natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your 12th house. Now, 12th house transit of Surya is about something hidden. So something hidden will be coming into limelight, a cosmic retreat. Now, this can see travel dreams, or maybe you can apply for visa, but expect a retrograde Mercury to give you revisions. Okay, so maybe you have to redo it, or maybe they can be that you have something amiss. And then Pusha will be opening the charity gates of a hospital, donate linens, donate something which can help others, some water related, maybe medicines, some cough syrups, etc. You can donate in the medical or hospital places. And also you can, when it is in the Ashalesha Nakshatra, so you can unearth past life ties during this time. So this is coming after 1 year into this zone. So vivid dreams are a guidance. So pay attention to your dreams. Gandanta may drain vitality. Ayurvedic oil massage can really renew your aura. Also, foreign payments can get delayed. So clear previous invoices first and then move into the other ones. Private rendezvous may sizzle. Clear yourself well in the relationship, because Rahu is in the in the seventh house, and Sun is in the 6 places away from there, from the seventh house. So this is not a good time to get into any kind of litigation, etc. It might just be a parting of ways between the two of you. So maybe another person in life can also enter. That is why I said rendezvous sizzle. Private rendezvous may sizzle. So sleep debt, switch off screens by 9 to 10 p.m. max. Light a ghee lamp in the dark corner of your home in the evening during the Ashalesha transit. I have given the dates of Ashalesha transit also in the beginning. So please refer to that. Over to you, Ashwin. I don't have to say anything much.
Yeah. So first lord in the 12th house. So first thing that comes to my mind is worry and sleep problems. So disturbed sleep is one of those things. So maybe you need to kind of focus more on your psychological side of your health. So try to be a little free of challenges. Even, I mean, everyone has challenges. So if you're overthinking about it, just don't think about it. Maybe now is the time to talk, because Sun and Mercury are in conjunction in the 12th house. Maybe it's time you open up to someone, which will probably give you some form of relief. So it kind of is a freedom or a gateway to get out of the particular suffering that you're going through. So that is one of those things. And 12th house is also the left eye. So maybe you need to kind of be a little mindful about your eyes or something like that. And some kind of isolation is also possible, breakdowns, which could be kind of giving disturbed sleep, or any other challenges related to separation or isolation is also there. A little bit of mental imbalance or kind of emotional overdose will kind of cloud our mind and judgment as well. So natural significator of a father, son in the 12th house, take care of your fathers or fatherly figures, and try to kind of be respectful with them. Overall, try to avoid any disputes, or try to kind of avoid expressing anger. Now is not the right time to kind of be anguished about something. And migrating, if you have been trying to kind of move somewhere, and if you have not been able to move, maybe now you can start sensing there is something positive turning out. In general, expenditure will increase, and physical labor will increase, so you have to spend yourself to kind of get through this month. But as long as Venus is in the 10th house, at least there will be some form of recognition. But the second half of this Sun's transit in the sign of Cancer can be a little taxing and challenging for Leo rising natives.
Yeah, but Venus will be joining Jupiter, no, on the say 26th of July. It is going to be entering the 11th house.
In the 11th
So
house, friends
yeah,
will
so
help.
yeah, friends will be helpful, and monetarily also it is looking good. But you have to be careful when it is going to be in, especially Ashalesha Nakshatra on the 3rd of August onwards.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in Ashalesha. That is the time you have to be really careful about your health, also about your relationships, especially. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your 11th house, and this is going to ignite social visibility. Yet Mercury retrograde is your ruler. That is going to be telling you, stay calm, move thoughtfully. Don't make impulsive decisions. Now, this might just re-invite a mentor or an ex-client in your life. Fine for strategy meets, especially till the time Mercury is not retrograde, and then post 11th of August. So that is one thing. And then new moon in Pushya will seed a 12-month dream board. Now you can plan what you really want to do, because Saturn is also in trine to Sun after, say, it will come into this zone only after 1 year now. Okay. So, and it happens thrice when Saturn is in a particular zone. So you have to plan what do you really want, your strategy, your goals, all that you can do it, because the new moon is also in Pushya Nakshatra ruled by Saturn. Okay, so now the vision board is definitely, or the dream board is going to get ready. Also, Ashlesha will reveal after the 3rd of August, will reveal hidden rivals in your circle. So guard your IP and codes and addresses and passwords, whatnot. So don't share with everyone and anyone in your vicinity. Funding approvals between 25th to the 31st of July. Confirm clauses. Friends may lean on to you in relationship. Ensure boundaries. Now, varicose veins or water retention in the body can elevate your health issues, can give health issues. So keep your legs, upwards or elevated, and then hydrate yourself well with the 6th house. From 6th house to 6th house, this transit is happening. So Rahu is there in the 6th house, any which ways. So you can do one thing. What remedy? Okay, so green fodder. You can donate green fodder or offer green fodder to the cows, especially on the Wednesdays when Mercury is also turning retrograde. And if you want to light a lamp or something, a diya or something, then you can, in the evening, you can do it in the west direction of your house, in the west direction. So light a diya or a candle or whatever you want to, because your Lagnesh is turning retrograde, your 10th Lord is turning retrograde. Not a wise move if you change your job in between this time period. Okay, so avoid. You can take over, Ashwin.
So for Virgo rising natives, one thing is like Lord of the first house is in the 11th house, and Sun, the Lord of the 12th house, is also in the 11th house. So some form of expenses or laziness might also creep in because 12th Lord in the 11th house of water sign, kind of emotionally lazy and everything, trying to enjoy the cozy comforts of life. All that is fine, but I think now is the time you can also try and gain in many possible ways. Desires sometimes can turn a little greedy, and you need to be very careful about it. So my advice is that uh, just try to differentiate between what is good and what is not, and don't cross that line, because Mercury retrograde, which is the Lord of the rising sign, and also Sun, the 12th ruler, it's not good. So anything that is not necessarily ethical or something, it will put you in a very different spot and you will get caught. So that's not advisable. Mother's challenges can be seen by you, and you can support your mother, because 11th house is also the 8th from the 4th. So helping your mother in some things, or helping her going through some major transformation or difficulty, is also one of those important things. And focusing on sattvic food is also good at this point, because second Lord is currently in the 9th house, and it will move into the 10th house, and will also be connected with Jupiter. So now is the time to kind of engage in sattvic activities and deal with things in a more simpler, softer, and also an easier way. So apart from that, wealth acquisition or planning for wealth acquisition, now it is fine, but again, not agreement. I'm saying planning for wealth acquisition now is a reasonably good time. And in general, the Lord of the rising sign is in the 11th house. It is a very productive period in terms of how you position yourself in the social circles. But remember that Mercury is going retrograde. So now is the time for you to review, reassess, and reorganize how you position yourself in the social circles. So if you have, for example, if you have a social media platform, and you have a lot of friends there, so what you can do is you can try and change your cover, or maybe try and change your what do you call this, bio in your social media. Some small things like that will help you kind of recalibrate your position in the social circles. So apart from that, I think uh, I think that's pretty much it. So,
Okay. Good
I
insight.
don't see anything
So
else.
we can repitch your stalled projects. That is one thing that that came into my head, and you can definitely secure your funds before 31st of July. Okay, just last closing words of caution. Coming to the next one, that is
Libra.
Libra. So for Libra natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your 10th house, career apex, bosses scrutinize. Trine to Saturn also fortifies authority. Launch leadership initiatives, especially between 20th to 30th July. Keep backup plans for tech outages, quite likely with Saturn in Trine, and Mercury also getting retrograde. So you are at the topmost position when Sun is there. You're at the top. Stage is just that you're in the limelight. You're on the stage when this is happening. So this will give you that any kind of promotional talk that you wanted to discuss, that you want to initiate it, you can do that also. Amavasya, that is the new moon, can bring about public praise if the past karma supports. Yet retro Mercury means mosquitoes issue and mosquito. I don't know what happened to me. Sorry, just forget it. It is there was a mosquito flying here. I said there's a mosquito. I'm so sorry. Just forget it. It's just that you might just say something which is not correct, and see what I did. It was not planned, and it just happened. So when you are conveying anything to someone, so don't just say anything which means something else. So maybe don't misquote. If it is mosquitoes mosquitoes and misquoting happening. Okay, so just clear your press notes or any kind of notes that you're taking. Just make sure that everything is in place. And some kind of politics, office politics might take place or erupt when Sun is in Ashalesha, especially post 3rd of August. So be careful about that. Excellent for launching CSR or wellness policies. Help someone. And also partner may complain of your absence. You're busy, or you're just overworked, you're tied up, you're burnout, or maybe book quality time post full moon especially, and take care of your heart. BP, hypertension can be there. Donate coconut water if you want to the labor class or to the underprivileged, especially on Thursdays. It is going to help you, especially on Pushya Thursdays. It's said that when it is Pushya Thursday, or it is Guru Pushya Yoga, so it definitely helps. Oh yes, we are heading to a Guru Pushya Yoga also. So maybe you people can. I'll pin it up in the comment section when it is, so you can do it. Also, 11th Lord has come to the 12 places away. So this is like your boss might just change, or you might just go to some other department. You are asked to go and leave and start working overtime. So that is why there can be burnout. So you have to be careful about your health also from time to time. Over to you, Ashwin.
So again, the 10th house matters. So uh, career is on the focus. So Sun is in the 10th house, and Sun rules the 11th house. So there will be some form of desires related to your career, or some form of initiatives that you might want to take in your career. So one more thing that it's very crucial is that the Lord of the 12th house is also in the 10th house. So which means things you expect may not necessarily go in the way that you expect, but make sure that you don't show over authority over people because of the fact that Sun is placed in the 10th house. So do not show your eminence, even if you have it. It's, people know who you are, and you don't need to kind of show it. So that is one important thing that we all need to remember. Matters related to government will come to forefront, or maybe even friction. If you wanted to kind of have some form of, uh, you know, give or take with the governmental organizations or quasi-government organizations. Now is the time for you to act on it, which will be reasonably successful. And you know, I think chanting can also help during this time, especially if Sun is in the 10th house. It will help. So maybe use some, small yantras, or as you mentioned, donation is also reasonably helpful. So, but everything needs to be on merit. Be God fearing and try to be mindful that there is always someone or something that is above our power. So don't be overpowering or over pushing the fact that Sun is placed in the 10th house. It is natural for us to kind of just push forward, but as Libra rising natives who kind of give importance to uh, union and also some form of diplomatic things, I think you need to kind of stick to your strengths and always focus on the right path and do the right thing and never take a different path. So that will actually give you a lot of respect and also a lot of self-respect. So Sun is in the 10th house. Eminence is gained through respect, but you can also kind of maintain your self-respect, honor, and also some form of fame or recognition for what you do. And just be sure that you are not overthinking when it comes to your profession. So we can be emotionally attached with work. Dr. Kalam said that don't be emotionally attached with your company, be attached with your works, because the company might throw you out anytime. But what you learn there will always be with you. So knowledge will never be subject to theft. So remember that, and do not be expecting too much. Make sure that with Sun is in the house of karma, the 10th house, uh, realize that this is part of what you do and part of what you have to do, and just take it in the stride or right spirits and move forward. But I think this is overall a reasonably decent period, with Venus moving into the 9th house to be conjunct with Jupiter. Fatherly figures, or having conversations with fatherly figures, or revisiting with mentors or earlier mentors could also be very much possible. And some kind of challenge or transformation that you have been expecting will come to a friction now. Challenges might kind of fade away, and things will start getting better for Libra rising natives. Not bad at all
I'm
to be a
happy. I'm
Libra
happy to hear that for
this point.
Libras.
You see, Saturn is in the 6th house,
Hmm.
which is good.
Hmm.
Mars and Ketu, natural malefics, are in the 11th house. So
Hmm.
pretty much everything is okay. Like, it's okay to
Hmm.
have natural malefics in Upachaya. And Rahu is the
Yes.
only planet which is placed in the 5th house. So
Hmm.
that can also be very good in many other matters. But I think for Libra, it's a very decent period overall.
Saturn is at a good place. Sun is in the good house. Jupiter
Yeah.
is in its own zone, ninth house. Venus is, of course, in its own zone, though, but it's in the eighth house. It will be leaving the zone. So things look good for Libras, actually. And Mars will be also breaking the Kalsarpa, the so-called Kalsarpa. The
Exactly.
Rahu Ketu axis will be breaking on the 21st of July also.
Yeah.
So that is a big relief, actually, for everyone. So let's
Yeah.
start with the Scorpio. Yeah. So for Scorpio natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your ninth house. Philosophical, legal, academic pursuits, visa issues may resurface. Excellent for higher study applications after 9th of August. Avoid guru confrontations mid-July. And also it is going to be reactivating your PhD or pilgrimage if it was lying pending from a long time. And it is good for Diksha, auspicious time period for Diksha, Mantra Siddhi, and also avoid long haul flights, especially on the 23rd to the 26th, in between this time period, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th July. And then Sun will be in Ashalesha, and towards the end of the transit will be in the Gandanta, also 3rd August onwards. So this can bring about some doctrinal issues or clashes, or it will reveal some kind of documentations which were really behind the scenes and were not revealed. So you will get to know so many secrets. Maybe choose a dialogue over dogma. And legal victories possible between 25th July and between 9th of August. Father figure may need health checkup, and take care of your hip or lower back tension. It can incorporate gentle back bends. In case you have to, so just take care of your back also. Offer yellow sweets to the Brahmin or a teacher on Thursdays till the 11th of August. That is the remedy that I can give you. It works wonders. Over to you, Ashwin.
Ninth house is always a good house to talk about. Charity, although it is 12th house, we can also see religious charity from the ninth house. And so if you have been meaning to kind of donate something to a temple or some kind of a guru or mentor, now is the right time. And virtuous acts, basically some kind of a high act and engaging in some form of spiritual learning or wisdom tradition, now is the right time. Or if you have been doing some spiritual activity, but now if you have stopped it because of the fact that Mercury is retrograde, now is the time for you to kind of revisit and purify your inner self, and also reconnect with your teachers or elders or mentors if you have not been in touch with them so far. So that is one thing. Be respectful, but also be devoted to either be it God or elders. It might kind of come in handy in future. So overall fortune is good. So there will be some form of prosperity during this period. Travel can be possible because of the fact that ninth house is active and Sun is kind of showing prominence in the ninth house. And also it's good to kind of engage in some form of writing, jotting down, journaling, or also listening to a podcast or maybe some dialogue which will help you. So
Maybe our own video.
yeah, our own video, that's another good thing. uh yeah, it's a very good point. And maybe kind of you know talk about good things to people, like your learning. It's good to kind of spread your learnings to people. And ninth house father, I think you mentioned enough, but also to kind of be in touch with paternal relations will will also kind of be helpful. Going to a temple or engaging in some form of spiritual or religious ritual is very, very good and beneficial to kind of safeguard your inner self, because Mercury, the eighth lord, is also there. So inner cleansing is as important as external factors. So that is something that I would surely advise. Maybe just an example. Maybe read one or two verses of Gita or something like that on a daily basis and see what happens. So that might kind of lead to something enlightening in the future. So yeah.
Beautiful remedy, actually. Coming to the next one, that is Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius, this is the 8th house transit when Sun is going to be. So for everyone, one up every month, Sun will be for someone or the other, the 8th house Sun. So generally, I have seen people lose confidence when Sun is here, because Sun is confidence also, our vitality also. So this is the time when something which is hidden uncovers, basically. It can give you sudden gains, sudden losses, insurance, maybe occult interest might increase suddenly. So you need to audit policies. You need to do some kind of sadhana, especially on the Amavasya, that is the new moon time. You can do Pitru Tarpan also. That is also available online. You can just go through the Tarpana remedy, or you can simply just add a little bit of black sesame in water, and you can just, propitiate your ancestors on a Saturday or on a Tuesday, and just say that, I want to just invoke them and just say whatever you wish to from heart and convey your problems to them. And I'm sure when you water this this water which is there with the sesame in it, you can just water it in a plant or a sacred tree like people tree, and then you see that your all the problems start reducing. It is so powerful, especially when Sun is in the 8th house. You can do it. And also safeguard your passwords, I would request you, because this is the time when something which is which you did not plan happens. Also insurance, inheritance, any kind of unclaimed insurance, etc., might just take a lead, or you will get that benefit out of it also. It is good for any kind of tantras or mantras, whatever you want to do, which is really, related to occult, something hidden. Also, keep your candles really safely, because there are fire hazards during this time. Fire hazard can happen. Now, Ashlesha may leak private data, especially after the 3rd of August onwards. You have to be careful about your passwords, about your data. Keep everything under check, especially near 31st of July. And tax scrutiny, hire an auditor, all these things you might just be doing, or you should be doing during this time. There can be intimacy, intense yet cathartic, if secrets shared responsibly. Detox your liver. Reduce alcohol if you're taking, and processed sugar, avoid. And you can fast on the new moon time and break with a single date or warm milk. That is something which is going to be really helpful. And ninth lord is in the 8th house, so take care of your dad's health also. Okay. There can be some changes that this is the chart of the solar ingress, basically, that we just discussed in the beginning. So this is the time you have to be careful about your job, about your career, and also your relationship. You can be having some emotional bent of mind and some outbursts also. So don't be argumentative during this time period. Over to you, Ashwin.
Yeah, amazing. What should I say now? So the one thing that you mentioned, I want to kind of reiterate, is inheritance or insurance. So there is a lot of possibility to kind of receive or gain income from other sources. So that is very much possible. But also another thing is, like, although Jupiter is placed in the 7th house, Mercury has fallen into the 8th house and it will go retrograde. So now is not the right time to kind of get into a partnership or collaborate with someone. Maybe it is worth waiting for a while. So research about a potential collaboration or things uh, you know uh, related to collaboration can be thought about, or you can do some research about it, but not necessarily kind of immediately kickstart a collaboration. So that is one thing. And if you kind of face a challenge or a defeat, don't think about it as a disgrace, or don't take it personally or emotionally, because we, as you know, 8th house being Cancer, there is a tendency to kind of look at things as, catastrophic or disgraceful, but that's not necessarily true. And if you have already just lost a loved one, it's okay to grieve, but now is the time to kind of, uh, gather yourself and try to come out of it. So just be free of sorrows and try to focus on mental peace. And your transformation is in progress, and you are very much on track, because Jupiter is aspecting the 7th house. However difficult this month may be, there will be a silver lining towards the end that you can take away. So try to focus on yourself and inner transformation rather than external circumstances. That is my only suggestion for Sagittarius rising natives. I mean, after all, I have Sun in Sagittarius, so.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have a sun in Sagittarius, in Ashlesha especially, so this is going to be an impactful one, because, sun is first of all in the 8th house. To top it all, it is in Ashlesha. So the best thing that you can do is you should actually avoid eating outside foods during this time period. You can have health issues. You should avoid that, and try having home cooked food often.
Yeah.
And if you are, somebody's asking, so I'm answering that if you are in the dasha of Rahu, to top it all, it is even worse. Okay. It is even worse, because Rahu is actually the graha which denotes poison. So maybe the medicine that you are consuming is also going to be effective if you take, Ayurvedic medicine or naturopathy. That will be helpful. Enough, I think. Let's move on to Capricorn. Yeah. So for Capricorn natives, this transit is in your 7th house. So the 1-7 axis karmic balancing act is going to take place with this karmic axis getting active. So this is about partnership, public relations. So partnerships will be tested during this time period, because Sun Saturn will also be in the mutual trine to each other at the same degree. So this calls for patience in relationship. It's going to be the key to success with anybody apart from you. It is about public relations. It's not just your spousal relationship I'm talking about. So negotiate your contracts between 25th to 31st of July. Practice empathy with your spouse and be more patient. This is the time when you have to review an old client or your life partner dialogue. Also, it is a good time to renew your vows or drafting fresh contracts. Just schedule signatures after 11th August if you have to, once Mercury gets out of the combustion and gets direct also. Ashlesha Sun will stir resentments. So meditation is recommended in case you already have a Sun in Ashlesha. Generally, you have to have a powerful moon if you want to even go in for meditation, because it's said that if moon is weak, especially the ruler of this sign, so you definitely will feel very uneasy if you are going into any kind of meditative program also, or meditation also. So a joint venture enters due diligence phase. Be exacting, and shared meals will soothe you. Cook a traditionally family recipe together, maybe with your partner, with your sibling, with your mother, with your father, whosoever you are close to. You can just share a meal or cook a meal together. That's also one of the remedies. Skin hydration, massage with almond oil, because Saturn is looking at Sun, so almond oil is good remedy for you also. And offer clarified, that is butter. We get in the butter that we get, clarified butter, or we can say ghee, also not butter but ghee. Clarified butter is ghee. So you can light a ghee lamp or a diya in which direction? Let me think. In the west, third. In the west direction. In the west direction. Okay. So that is good, especially on the full moon night, if you can do it for relational harmony with others. Over to you, Ashwin.
Capricorn. So the Capricorn basically is pragmatism and reality and also hard work. So with Saturn in the 7th house conjoining Mercury, which rules the 6th and the 9th house, while Sun rules the 8th house, it is all about kind of shattering the belief systems and trying to kind of accept the reality and be practical as much as we can. And people will kind of see the kind of nobility in how we are trying to transform and be as realistic and practical as possible. So 7th house obviously kind of brings out a lot of 7th house matters like partnerships and relationships. So especially if with Mercury being retrograde in the 7th house, and there is a tendency or chances for previous relationships to kind of resurface. Maybe you will kind of meet someone from the past with whom you have been in relationships, and but it may or may not be true. That depends on individual charts. But looks like the 8th lord in the 7th house and 6th lord in the 7th house, it doesn't look as beneficial, but that needs to be seen from the individual chart. But the possibility is that there may be some kind of a resurfacing. Maybe the person will call you up, or maybe you will meet them somewhere in a public place, and things might get emotionally uh, charged up, not positively or negatively, but somewhere there is emotions running. So but on the other hand, it is also nice to kind of take a break and just lie low and stay back, because you have been working very hard, especially with Saturn in the 3rd house. Maybe there could have been some challenges in health as well, but still you have been working so hard. But now is the time where you can actually take some time off and stay away from public life, because Mercury is retrograde in the 7th house, and Sun in the 7th house anyway is going to kind of put you in the public platform or the gateway towards entering the external zone. but still, since you will be finding yourself there, there is no need to kind of put some initiative and strain yourself. So you can just choose your timing. So if you have 10 hours available on your calendar, just make it 7 or something like that, and try to choose, prioritize you over the external world. And overall, I think it's important to kind of focus on good health, because sixth and the eighth lord sitting in the seventh house and aspecting the rising sign, can indicate some form of tension or health challenges. So yeah, overall, yeah, don't engage in illicit affairs. I'm pretty sure you'll get caught. Sorry.
No illicit affairs. Coming to the next one. Yes, Aquarius. Okay, so for Aquarius, this is the sixth house transit. And as you know, this is about health, about litigation, about competition. And this is good for conquering your debts also. If you have any, this is a very good transit for sure. Seventh Lord is in the sixth house, which is not considered to be good for relationship, though, not for partnership business, for marital relationship. And but still, it is definitely much better as compared to other signs. And this will definitely give you heightened duty. You're going to be more in that zone where you're working, and too much of focus is on diet also. So you can detox now. And legal advantage peaks after 9th of August. And this is also the time when you can get on to the gymming activity again. If you have left, micro workouts will be better, not overdoing things. It's good. And also clear your debts and litigations if you have any. And this is the time you have to deworm your pets also. Don't ignore your pets, or you can deworming medicine can be consumed by the native also. There can be some stomach parasites that you can go through, so you have to work on that as well. You have to drink filtered water, or any kind of purified water, I would say. You outperform rivals after 31st July if you have any. And also, this is the time when you can have lymphatic drainage, or you can do some pranayam to boost immunity. And also, you can donate white medicinal supplies to a clinic on any Monday. You can fast on Mondays also, and you can also, as a remedy, donate some medical supplies. It could be medicines, it could be some potion, whatever you want to donate. You can do it during this particular transit of Sun in the sixth house. Over to you, Ashwin.
Yeah, sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. No, there is it's on mute.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
Aquarius.
disconnected for a while. So
Oh, I didn't see
okay,
that.
thanks.
Aquarius.
So
Yeah.
Aquarius is the sixth. Yeah, Sun is in the sixth house, so which means sixth house matters will also kind of take prominence. So a lot of the rising sign is placed in the second house, and Sun is in the sixth house. So second house is income, and sixth house is what we do, or how we do. That is the means. So Artha, 2 of the Artha houses are very, very active and prominent at this point. So focusing or restabilizing or recalibrating your income and your professional life is one of those important things. But still, you will end up facing obstacles. But those obstacles probably are kind of stepping stones, and hurdles are actually improvement points where we can, step up further from where we are currently. So sixth house naturally brings the health issues, or concerns to the limelight or prominence. So it's important where we kind of surely take care of our health, and no need to put things to chance when it comes to health. So that is one thing. And debts. So if you are trying to go for a debt, now is a good time. You can actually acquire some debt. And Mercury is retrograde, so if you have been thinking of clearing off something, now again is a very good time to kind of clear off those debts. But overall, eighth lord in the sixth house is not a bad thing. It's kind of a viparita Raja Yoga, so it's quite okay for Mercury. And and a natural malefic, a functional malefic, that is Mercury, in a retrograde position in the 6th house is actually good. So it can help in, increase in what do you call intuitive abilities, or kind of engage in astrological studies or tarot or other occult related or wisdom related traditions. So that is very, very good. And I think you mentioned this detox or something like that. So timely food is very, very important at this point. 6th house, it also indicates poor eating habits. So we need to be very careful as Aquarian. It's very important to kind of, you know, reorganize and redirect how we eat and when we eat. That is very, very important. So focus on what we do and how we do, and try to kind of plan your work. It doesn't mean only professional work, also plan your personal life, and things will most certainly be in order during this transit for Aquarian natives.
Sun, when was in the 5th house, no, you must have made some good chunk of money. So save it during this time, because
Yeah.
this is the
You
time when
saved
you
for the
might
rainy
just get,
season.
sorry.
No, I'm saying they saved for the rainy season. Now they can use it and
Yes, so just take care of your finances now, because there is a Cancer sign there, so you can maybe mm, waste that money. So save it. Coming to the next one, which is the last sign, Pisces. 1 second. My phone was on not mute. Okay, so Pisces. So for Pisces, this transit is happening in your 5th house, house of creativity, children, speculation. And we do have a Mercury, which is turning retrograde, which is your 4th lord, 6th lord, and the 4th lord, 7th lord, and 6th lord conjunction. So this is a good yoga in a way, because the lord of the 6th and the 7th is in the 5th house. So definitely a very positive time for reviving the old relationships, reviving your past flings, or we can say your speculative income. You can increase that as well. Resume incomplete art, and this will be good for speculative wealth or short stocks and shares between 3rd to the 9th of August. And also this will spark a very good period for fertility IVF program if you want to go in for. Sun in the 5th house is Karko Bhavnashai only, I would say, because Sun is the ruler of the natural zodiac of the 5th house. So this might just trigger a treatment, but not not that it is giving you good health. So you have to go for a treatment to get whatever you're already thinking or on those lines, especially conception. And this will be good for you can also start writing a novel if you want to. Okay. And the mantra initiation, this is the mantra siddhi, house of mantra siddhi also. So literal or metaphor, what do you call that? Metaphorical, right? Metaphorical, yeah. So literal or metaphorical, you can just go in for that. And this is also the time for overindulgence. Maybe you can be overindulgent in gaming and risky stocks, etc. So that is something you have to be careful about, because this is the house of hobbies and getting into that unwinding zone also, 5th house. So it is dependent on your purva punya. So if at all you are not doing anything which is which you feel that you have um, you have been overindulgent in your previous life or in this life also. So this is the time you have to strike a balance now. Teaching, designing, entertainment, this industry will also shine and you will do well. And speculative profits are likely from the 3rd to the 9th of August. And heart and upper spine stretches are really going to help you. And in case you can go for swimming activities, any kind of pool activities, this is good for kids also. You can just put them in the pool, and this is a good time. Also, one remedy that I can give you is soak the rice in the night and just feed the fish in the morning. If you have any, or if you have a fish tank or anything, just feed them the rice, soaked rice. Okay. And especially on Thursdays, you should do this remedy. And if you can't do it on Thursdays, Sundays also is good. And you should keep doing it till at least full moon day. So do it every night, soak them, and then, you can just feed the fish. Okay. Up to you now.
Pisces.
Over to you,
Fifth
sorry.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So, fifth house activation for Pisces rising natives. So, fourth lord is in the fifth house. So, themes of mother and homeland also is kind of active along with the fifth house themes. So, creativity, using creativity to kind of achieve the fifth house theme. So maybe, as you mentioned, so this may not be a necessary time for conception, but this may be the right time to kind of work towards conception. So that is one interesting thing. So increase or focus on wealth and prosperity, because fifth house is one of those money indicating houses 2, 5, 8, and 11. So when fifth house is active and Mercury is going retrograde in the fifth house, there is chances to kind of receive something from maternal family or from mother. So that could, and it fifth house also kind of sometimes indicates relationships that can be challenging in the future. So uh yeah, if you think something is not good or not moral, just don't engage there. That is surely very difficult. And it's important to kind of practice humility and also be a little firm about what you are doing. And sixth lord is in the fifth house, so fifth house also puts the theme of children in the forefront. So spending time with children and trying to kind of redirect children in the right path, and to kind of give them the nourishment and also the time that they need to kind of focus on their own life, and that also becomes very, very important. So trying to be graceful and pleasing to your children is very important at this point. No need to show dominance over children, but the right way to do is just to kind of let them be themselves, but nudge them whenever it is necessary, and not overdo things, because sun in the fifth house of Cancer can sometimes indicate that we might kind of emote more than what it is needed, and when it goes wrongly to the children, it might be a little challenging for us. So undertaking some good projects or good work, especially spiritual or philosophical, is very, very good. And focusing on those things will be important. Trying to be in line with virtues is very necessary, because Saturn is in the first house and Sun is trine. So Dharma Kona is, I mean, at least from the rising sign or moon sign, so Dharma Kona is active. So it's important to kind of uphold righteousness and virtue from your end, regardless of what others do. And now is the time for you to kind of shift yourself to the rightful position if you have not been for all this time. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. It was amazing as always. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Do write in the comment section. In case you have any questions and you want to book a reading with Ashwin or me, you can definitely drop us in the comment section, or you can just write us all the, you can email us also anytime.
Yeah.
So I'll be mentioning all the details in the comment section. And Ashwin is really great at predictions. You can just book a reading with him also anytime. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thanks.
Stay
Take care.
blessed. Om
Bye.
Tat Sat.